Surya Gini Petti.
A very good evening. You're watching Primetime News on TV1 for the News First team. I'm Mariam Gunavijaya. Before we head on to our stories, here's a look at your headlines.
Police obstruct activities at golf face on the day to remember the Aragalaya. IUSF protest across Sri Lanka demanding the release of Vasanta and Siridhamma Thero. CID uncovers smuggling ring in Oman where Sri Lankan women are sold to the highest bidder.
ලස්සන ගෑල් ළමයි තියලා එක එක ගෑල් ළමයි මුදලට අලෙවි කරන. ඒක ජාවාරමක් හැටියට තමයි කරගෙන යන්නේ.
ඒව එක සාමාන්‍ය දෙයක් කියලා ඕව ගණන් ගන්න එපා. මෙහි රට ජොබ් එකකට එනවා නම් ඒ හැම දෙයකටම හුරු වෙන්න ඕනි.
Money lost from the sugar tax scam to be recovered as income tax. SJB MP Harsha De Silva is in possession of an undisclosed IMF document.
මම මේක සභාගත කරන්නේ නැහැ. සභාගත කරන්නේ නැත්තේ මොකද? සභාගත කරොත් කියයි මේ සංවේදී කාරණා එළියට ගියා කියලා.
Pakistan march into the finals of the T20 World Cup with a 7-wicket win over New Zealand.
And that is it. Shan Masood hits the winning runs and Pakistan.
On to your lead story this evening, the police stopped a group of activists who arrived at Golf Fair Screen to celebrate the 9th of November as the day of the Aragalaya. But despite police obstacles, the crowd lit lamps in remembrance of the struggle.
This remembrance of the Aragalaya was organised as the Janata Viru Samaruwa to commemorate the achievements of the Golface people's struggle and the people who dedicated themselves to it. When the group of activists gathered in front of the Golface screen this afternoon, police who arrived there informed that the celebration should be held only at one end of the Golface screen. A heated situation was then reported. Later, the group led by the Mahasangha launched their commemoration on the pavement in front of the Golface screen with religious observances. The police officers intervened and removed the group from the location. Thereafter, the activists went to one end of the Golface screen and lit lamps and remembered the activists of the people's struggle. Later in the evening, when a music program was planned to be held, a heated exchange was reported again.
activists, including the Inter-University Students' Federation, organized nationwide protests against the suppression, demanding the release of Vasantha Mudalige and Venerable Galvava Siridhamma Thera. Many student activists also participated in the protest held in the Kanduruvela town.
We came to the streets here to free them and win the rights of the people at a time where all those who spoke for democracy have been suppressed.
A protest was also staged opposite the Anuradhapura bus stand, demanding the withdrawal of the Prevention of Terrorism Act, which suppressed student activists. The Trade Union Coordinating Centre and the United People's Movement also participated in this protest held in Tangol. This is the protest held in Kegol, demanding to immediately stop the pressure posed on the people by imposing taxes while suppressing the activists.
We would like to ask the government, after collecting these taxes, what do you expect? What have they done? The people who ate 3 meals now have to think about how they will eat tomorrow.
National organizer of the Socialist Youth Association, Eranga Gunasekara, and attorney Sunil Vatagala visited the Tangol Detention Centre on Wednesday, the 9th of November, to inquire about the well-being of Vasantha Mudalige, convener of the Inter-University Students' Federation, who is detained under the PTA.
We say one thing: if Ranil Wickremesinghe thinks that he can solve his problems by destroying democracy like this, it will not happen at all. The legal community will not allow it at all. Ranil Wickremesinghe, where are you now? Have you gone to see the pyramids? Come immediately within these 10 days. I have my doubts. Vasantha Mudalige's brother also said that he does not know whether Ranil has gone overseas during the 90 days to avoid signing this, because his signature is required. Then tell the Secretary of Defence, if he is listening to our voices, to give this university student freedom. What is being done to Vasantha Mudalige is extremely inhumane, unfair and illegal.
Vasantha Mudalige මේ කරන වැඩේ අතිශය අමානුෂිකයි අසාධාරණයි අනීතිකයි.
In the meantime, Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickremesinghe met with the IMF chief on the sidelines of COP27 in Egypt.
Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe held discussions regarding debt management with the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, yesterday in Egypt on the sidelines of the COP27 summit. In addition, he also met with the Finance Minister of Ghana, Ken Ofri-Atta, along with the Speaker of the People's Majlis of Maldives, Mohamed Nasheed, at COP27. Former Maldivian President Mohamed Nasheed tweeted that President Ranil Wickremesinghe launched Sri Lanka's Climate Prosperity Plan at COP27 yesterday, adding that it was an ambitious plan to help Sri Lanka's economic revival, driving inward investment and take advantage of clean technologies. The Climate Prosperity Plan was launched together with Bangladesh, Ghana and Maldives. Sri Lanka's Climate Prosperity Plan is expected to deliver economic growth rate that is 1% per year higher, resulting in GDP that is 34% higher by 2050. Director of International Affairs for President Ranil Wickremesinghe, Dinuk Kolombage, tweeted that contrary to reports online, former President Mohamed Nasheed's attendance of COP27 was not funded by the Sri Lankan government. The former president is an honorary advisor on the environment to the president. Opposition lawmaker Dr. Harsha De Silva told Parliament that an undisclosed document relating to the IMF staff-level agreement was available. As far as I am aware, there is no IMF agreement but a draft. There are no funds. I am not challenging your claim. The President said when the cabinet is apprised, you will be kept informed as well. If the government claims that there is no agreement, they should not tell us about it after signing an agreement. We have been told that a 10% valuation tax is to be added on everything. The payee tax by the government is unbearable. The export tax will end the inflow of dollars from the exporters. Before he was elected, the President said Parliament has control over finances. So present the agreement for Parliament ratification. I am in possession of this report relating to the staff level agreement. How did we get it? This was not released by Parliament. It was given to some individuals in the committees formed by the President. I will not table this because if I do so, I will be accused of exposing sensitive material. This reveals the increase of tax increase of income tax, withholding tax, corporate tax, VAT, excise and customs duty and automatic indexing.
Excise customs duty එක automatic indexation එක මේ ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා.
මේ අනියමින් ලැබුණු ලියවිල්ලක් කොහොම කියවලා මේ රටේ ජනතාව සභාව බය කරන්න එපා. මේ රටේ තියෙන අභියෝගේ තේරුම් ගන්න. ඔබතුමා තේරුම් ගන්න මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක්. ඒ නිසා
කියවන්නේ නැත්තේ ඒකයි. මම වග කියන නිසා තමයි කියවන්නේ නැත්තේ. වග කියන නිසා තමයි කියවන්නේ නැත්තේ ඇමතිතුමා. වගකීම තියෙන නිසා කියවන්නේ නැත්තේ. මම මේක තියෙන ඉලක්කම් කියවන්නේ නැහැ.
මේ කියන ස්වරූපය මේක.
The tone is far worse than reading it. Understand the challenges in the country. You are the chair of the Committee on Public Finance. What you are doing is wrong.
වැරදි මේ වැඩේ. පිටුතුමා කියනවා විපක්ෂයේ මන්ත්‍රීවරුන්ට IMF එක පිළිබඳව ඒ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට ඉදිරිපත් නොකරපු කොන්දේසි පිළිබඳව ලිපිය මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් කියන කෙනා රටේ ජනතාව බය කරන්න එපා.
නෑ එතුමා කියන්නේ එහෙම ලිපියක් කියලා. එතුමා කියන්නේ මේක පිළිගන්න පුළුවන් ලිපියක් නෙමෙයි කියලා.
මම කියන්නේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ මුදල්.
My question is, how did a document that is not open to the Committee on Public Finance go into the hands of other people? This has some sensitive material and can be exploited for various gains.
හරි ඒක වැරදි.
We're crossing over to a short commercial break. Stay with News First. We will be right back.
News First, main sponsor.
25% for 2 months, 25.5% for 4 months. Valuable FD.
Anka ege arakshita iti gini petti. Surya gini petti. Lovatama eliya denna dilena Surya. අමතක වෙන්නෙම නැති නමගේ සූර්යා මොහොතින් දැල්වෙන ගිනි කුර සූර්යා කවදත් නමගත් ගිනි පෙට්ටි සූර්යා කවදත් නමගත් ගිනි පෙට්ටි සූර්යා කවදත් කොතනත් සමගේ විශ්වාසය දිනාගත් අංක එකේ ආරක්ෂිත ඉටි ගිනි පෙට්ටි සූර්යා ගිනි පෙට්ටි.
A trusted place for your fixed deposit. Valuable FD. 25% for 2 months. 25.5% for 4 months. Valuable FD. The symbol of stability.
Ivan satutin inne wiring karala. Wiring kirwe Eslon Polycon yodala.
For your safety and the protection of the wires used in networking and AC wiring, Eslon Polycon cable trunking.
Welcome back to the news. Moving on with more local developments. Sri Lanka detected its second case of monkeypox on Wednesday. The infected patient is a Sri Lankan who returned from Dubai recently.
Sri Lanka's health ministry confirmed the second positive case of monkeypox in the country after a person who was admitted to the National Hospital in Colombo for treatment was moved to the IDH for further treatment. Sri Lanka detected its first case of monkeypox on the 4th of November 2022 after a 20-year-old man who returned to Sri Lanka from Dubai on the 1st of November tested positive, and he is currently in good health. What is monkeypox? Monkeypox is a virus transmitted to humans from animals with symptoms similar to those seen in the past in smallpox patients, although it is clinically less severe. Human monkeypox was first identified in humans in 1970 in the Democratic Republic of Congo in a 9-month-old boy in a region where smallpox had been eliminated in 1968. According to data from the World Health Organization, a total of 78,600 cases of monkeypox have been reported the world over, with 31 of them from South Asia. The WHO revealed that 44 people have died after contracting monkeypox. In July 2022, the World Health Organization declared that the monkeypox outbreak spreading globally is a public health emergency. What are the symptoms? Fever, swollen lymph nodes, exhaustion, muscle aches and backache, headache. How does it spread?
Monkeypox can spread to anyone through skin-to-skin contact. Direct contact with monkeypox rash and scabs from a person with monkeypox can result in contracting the disease. Monkeypox can also spread via prolonged close contact. It can also spread via upper respiratory secretion. Monkeypox can spread via prolonged face-to-face contact with an infected person. This does not spread fast like COVID-19.
කොරෝනා රෝගය වගේ ඊටාම පහසුවෙන් පැතිරෙන රෝගයක් නෙමෙයි.
80% of monkeypox cases are spread through sexual transmission.
මේ රෝගයේ සහිත රෝගියෙක්
If a person comes to Sri Lanka with monkeypox, the spread to others will be very limited. It will spread when there is prolonged close contact. But we need to be vigilant. The UK and Europe are using vaccines to counter the spread. We have not reached a situation to make such a decision. If the need arises, we will act with the necessary officials.
අවශ්‍යතාවය පැන නැගිනුතින් ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් අවශ්‍ය නිලධාරීන් ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් කටයුතු කරයි.
In newsmaking headlines tonight, Sri Lanka's CID launched an investigation into a human trafficking ring where Sri Lankan women who travel to Oman to work as domestic aids are sold as escorts. Some of our viewers may find the comments made in this report disturbing.
Sri Lanka's Criminal Investigations Department is investigating a human trafficking ring where Sri Lankan women who travel to Oman to work as domestic aids are auctioned and sold to work as escorts. Police spokesperson and attorney SSP Nihal Talduwa told Newsfirst that a team of detectives led by 2 ASPs visited Oman to conduct the investigation. Multiple foreign employment agencies are sending young girls and women to Oman, promising them employment as domestic aids, and most of them have used tourist visas to enter the Middle Eastern country. Detectives uncovered that when the group reaches Oman, they are lined up according to their age and appearance and auctioned off and sold to engage in sexual activities.
I was sexually abused inside a room. I am not afraid to reveal this to the CID and the Foreign Employment Bureau. I went to every single place possible in search of justice. I told the person that I was groped while cleaning, and she told me that it's normal and that I need to be prepared for all these things. She also offered me money to be with her. When I told the embassy about it and requested to return to the country, they refused to accept me because I was on a visit visa. I am only 21 years old, and this is my first time here. I came here because I am helpless.
මේ රටට ආවේ පළවෙනි පාර. මට අවුරුදු 21යි. අපි ආවේ මොකක්හරි අසරණකමක් නිසා. එයාලත් කිව්වා බාරගන්නේ නැහැ මෙහෙමයි කියලා.
අපේ ලංකාවේ සමහර ඒජන්සි කාර්ය.
Some agencies in Sri Lanka send many young girls to Oman, and in Oman, the agencies line up the girls and sell them for money. No action was taken against this. I urge the people not to go to fake agencies and fall into trouble like this.
අමාරුවේ දාන්න දෙපයි කියන එක බොහොම කාර්නිකව අපේ දෙමව්පියන්ගෙන් මම ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා.
මෙම නියෝජිත ආයතන මගින්ම
These agencies are preparing the passports and tourist visas to send the women abroad. Investigations have revealed that there are brokers in Sri Lanka and Oman. Detectives are investigating human smuggling and other forms of trafficking.
වෙනත් යම් අපරාධ සිද්ධ වෙලා තිබෙනවද කියන කාරණේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් තමයි විමර්ශන කටයුතු පවත්වන්නේ.
The Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment said that necessary action will be taken after the CID investigation report is made available.
ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් කාර්යාංශය පූර්ණ
The Foreign Employment Bureau will intervene and support the investigations. We will take the necessary judicial action based on the findings and recommendations.
තාවේදී ඉදිරිපත් කළා තියෙනවා යම් කරුණු සම්බන්ධයෙන් අධිකරණ මේ ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගැනීමට කටයුතු කළා තියෙනවා.
The Sri Lankan embassy in Oman told Newsfirst that among the 90+ women housed at a safe house operated by the embassy in Oman, some were victims of this smuggling operation. The embassy said it will completely support the investigations carried out by the CID.
Economic crimes.
The sugar tax scam in Sri Lanka cost the state over 16 billion rupees, and after multiple revelations, some tried to refute the claims and undermine the scam. However, the truth was revealed via the report of the Auditor General, and the revelations were announced by the acting Finance Minister to Parliament in the following manner.
The government reduced the special commodities levy on the 14th of October 2020. They reduced the levy, which was at 50 rupees for a kilo of sugar, to 25 cents. According to the Auditor General, the revenue loss incurred by the state owing to this decision from the 14th of October 2020 to 28th February 2021 is 16.76 billion rupees. In the final list, there were 9 to 10 companies, and the report shows how this profit was distributed among these companies. After they imposed the control price for sugar, Lanka Satosa has purchased 2.378 million kilos of sugar for a higher price. We need to pay attention to this deal as well. This report also states this sugar was purchased for a higher higher price and was sold to the consumers under the control price, and this too resulted in a loss of 100 million rupees. The Pyramid Vilma company has increased their sugar imports by 1,222% during this period. This company has imported 125,207 metric tons of sugar during this period. 45% of the sugar that was imported during this period was imported by this company, and the rest was imported by the other companies listed down in this report. The report further states that this company has earned 6 billion rupees during this period. It's like winning a lottery. They were able to earn a large sum as a profit through a policy decision taken by the government.
Will Sri Lanka be able to recover the losses that benefited a few?
We cannot take any legal action against this. There is no law in this country to take action against failed policy decisions of the government, and the law does not set out any way to repeal this special commodities levy. But we have one way to recover this, and that is to track down on the opportunity they got to earn this profit through the policy decision made by the government. The department is planning this out now. The amount we are planning to recover now is 24% of the total value, but we have requested to increase this up to 30%.
ඉල්ලීම අනුව 130ක් මේ රටේ ජනතාවට නැවත අයත් කර දෙන්න. ආණ්ඩුවේ බරපතල වැරද්දක් නේ තමුන්නාස් වෙන්න දෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් තීන්දුව ගත්ත නිලධාරීන්ට විරුද්ධව ගත යුතු ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ඔබ ගන්නවද කියලා මම අහන්න කැමතියි. අපේ රටේ නීතියක් නැහැ. එවනම් අපි ආවස්සෙන් ගෙනියන නීතියක් හදන්න ඕනේ. කොහොමද සීනි වංචාව වුනේ?
How did the sugar scam happen? It happened owing to some sensitive data being leaked out. This is not a lottery. They knew the exact lottery and the numbers to get. This is what you call inside information. I reveal these details for the best interests of the country, and I did not say that this was a lottery. I just used it as an example. As a learned parliamentarian, please be careful about what you speak.
ලොතරැයියක් ඇදුනා වගේ හැබැයි දෙයියෝ ඇවිල්ලා නම්බර ටික දුන්නා ලොතරැයි. මේක
Views were expressed in Parliament on Wednesday regarding taxes and related legislation.
I would like to ask if the government has promised the IMF to privatize free healthcare and free education in this country. This is also making the country desperate. This is the budding culture of the SLPP. The number of ministers are to be increased. Now 38 state ministers were appointed on Basil's order. Does a bankrupt country need 38 state ministers? What is the government doing after asking 22 million to tighten their belts? The government of 134 is expanding. The government is trying to hunt down for opposition individuals to nominate them for ministries. Weren't we told that the big man is an expert on international relations? Where is the performance? There is fertilizer inside the parliament. There is also fertilizer within the ministry. There is also fertilizer in new releases and press conference. Did the fertilizer come to the farmlands? Urea, MOP, TSP, do you see it in the fields? Who are you trying to fool? We don't really understand this whole crisis. Whoever is in power will not be able to stop the Aragalaya activists from coming to our door. Only if we can get an understanding of the behavior of the entire economy of our country will we be able to invite everyone for this open discussion. The opposition also has a responsibility to understand the facts about the true nature of this issue. Only then can we join this open discussion. We have seen the audit inquiry submitted by the Auditor General's Department on the 1st of September, and the audit inquiry clearly states the amount of tax that has not been collected within these few months is 5,130 million. Of that, 2.8 billion has not been paid in taxes by none other than Arjuna Aloysius, the son-in-law of the president's friend Arjuna Mahendran. Aren't you ashamed? Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna ministers to MPs, the people who talked about punishing the central bank thief, Arjuna Mahendran's son-in-law's Mendis Company, Kalutara Distillery, Valisara Bottle Inc., Pasikuda Distillery. The amount of tax owed by these three is 2.8 billion. They have not paid for years. They were going to court and filing lawsuits because they were not paying. What did Ranil Wickremesinghe do when he became finance minister? This friend was released.
Venerable Battaramulle Seelarathanathera visited Sri Lanka cricket and handed over a letter requesting for intervention on play discipline.
This should not be limited to Danushka alone. there is a conspiracy afoot. Did anyone from SLC inform the players to behave in a manner that protects the reputation of the country?
පාලක මණ්ඩලයේ ඉන්න කිසි කෙනෙක් ඔය ක්‍රීඩකයන්ට කිව්වද?
Over to another break, stay tuned.
අයිවන් සතුටින් ඉන්නේ වයරින් කරලා වයරින් කිරුවේ එස්ලොන් පොලිකොන් යොදලා.
For your safety and the protection of the wires used in networking and AC wiring, Eslon Polycon cable trunking.
Open, honest, hard-hitting.
Unearthing the real facts, cutting through the noise.
Going the extra mile at whatever cost. Relentless in the pursuit of the truth.
Connecting the dots, revealing the bigger picture.
What matters to you matters to us.
Because this is our nation.
It's about our future. Face the nation.
Face the nation tonight at 9:30 p.m. on TV1.
Moving on with some cricket news. An opening stand of 105 runs between Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan helped Pakistan in setting the tone for their 7-wicket win over New Zealand in the semi-finals of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in Sydney on Wednesday.
New Zealand had lost 3 wickets for just 49 runs when Mitchell joined skipper Kane Williamson at the crease. Mitchell went on the charge straight away, whereas Williamson played the second fiddle as the duo put on a stand of 68 for the 4th wicket. Williamson departed for 46 from 42 just when their innings entered the death overs, but Mitchell carried on and made his way to a superb knock of 53 not out from just 35 balls to help New Zealand cross 150 runs. For Pakistan, Shaheen Afridi was the pick of the bowlers with figures of 2 wickets for 24 runs in 4 overs to his name. Pakistan needed a steady start to chase the target down, but they got much more than that as Baba and Rizwan put on a show to lay the base for their victory. The duo put on a stand of 105 with both batters making their way to well-deserved 50s. While Rizwan scored 57 from 43, Baba made his way to a 42-ball knock of 53, and the middle order finished the job off with perfection, chasing the target down with 7 wickets and 5 balls to spare.
Tonight, of course, going through that final, and then Pakistan cricketers presentation of the
3 greats of the game have become the latest people to be inducted into the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame. The ICC announced a trio of additions to the ICC Hall of Fame on Tuesday, with Pakistan legend Abdul Qadir, England trailblazer Charlotte Edwards, and West Indies great Shivnarine Chandrapal the latest inductees.
T22, ladies and gentlemen, please ensure.
In the meantime, a court in Sydney granted permission to make public the details in the case filed against Sri Lanka national cricketer Danushka Gunatilaka following an appeal filed by Australian media outlets to lift the suppression order.
Documents released by the court revealed that the pair had arranged to meet in person at Opera Bar in Sydney on the 2nd of November. At the woman's house, Gunatilaka is accused of engaging in forceful sexual intercourse, during which he allegedly put one hand around her neck for 20 to 30 seconds and choked her, and police facts allege that he had choked her more than twice. On the 3rd occasion, he had allegedly restricted her breathing for 6 seconds before she tried to remove the accused hand by grabbing his wrist, but the accused squeezed tighter around her neck for a further 10 seconds. Australian media reported that the complainant was clear that she did not consent to engaging in sexual intercourse without a condom. Further, the complainant did not consent to sexual intercourse that involved choking. The following day, police say the complainant told 2 friends what happened to her, spoke to a counselling service and went and saw her GP before contacting the police. Police attended the hospital where she underwent a sexual assault investigation kit and a brain scan to check for any injuries resulting from the alleged repeated choking. A spokesperson for Gunatilaka said that an appeal will be filed next week at a Supreme Court in Australia. The case is due to return to courts on the 12th of January.
In developing news coming in from the US, as America's closest watched midterm election in recent history comes to a close, it is a nail-biting finish. As of now, it seems as though Congress will be painted a heavy right-wing red as most key Senate and House states swing Republican.
So what would a Republican-led Congress mean? Millions of votes are yet to be counted in the midterm elections, but early estimates suggest the Republican Party is on course to win back control of the U.S. House of Representatives for the first time in 4 years. As the power dynamic shifts towards the right, it would mean an end to the Joe Biden legislative agenda. There will be massive contention between the president and the Republican-controlled Congress over legislation regarding abortion and voting rights. But on issues related to gun control, technology investment and infrastructure spending, both parties are known to cooperate.
And with that, it's a wrap of your news for tonight. But still, do stay with News First as Face the Nation is coming up right after. For the News First team, I'm Mariam Ganavijaya. Good night and take care.